has to be an account number that is a legitimate account number that is in my account table. So select account number from account gets me the list of all account numbers in the account table. And I'm enforcing a constraint that whenever we want to have a depositor, that account number has to be, or basically that account number has to be within that list of account numbers in my account table. So in my depositor table, I cannot include an account number that is not in the account table as well. That makes sense? I do not want to issue a loan to an account number where that person's account number does not even exist in the bank. So can we say that this particular constraint is checking the attribute of another table and doing something based on the attribute of another table? We talked about these sort of relations. What were these called? Where one table references another table's attribute and make sure that all of those entries are like that as well. We talked about keys, we had candidate keys, we had primary keys. Did we talk about another type of key that reference another table?
Super key?
What key?
Super key? Or
A super key was just another type of primary or candidate key. It did not specify
oh,
anything
okay.
about joining other tables. Any other guesses, guys? Where we have one attribute saying that this particular attribute should be referenced to this particular other attribute. When I say that in my university database, we said that this student ID in my set of classes should also be corresponding to this set of student IDs that we have. A class cannot have a student ID where the student ID does not even exist. Some table maintains a list of student IDs and their names, and a class table maintains which student ID takes which class. Exactly, right? It's not a view, it's a foreign key. Remember, a foreign key actually references another table's primary key or any other key, right? Yorki, does that make sense as to why it's not a view, it's a foreign key? It is not, a view is just like a display of something, right? A foreign key is actually imposing a particular constraint. And what was that constraint called? The referential integrity constraint. Right, a foreign key imposes a referential integrity constraint on our tables, where one table is constrained by the values of another table. Okay, so I guess we will start again with check constants. Let me double check. So let me just quickly talk about this thing. I'll just wrap up with this thing. So essentially, also remember, so we had the same particular foreign key condition here using the check constraint. But remember that when you're inserting something into the depositor table, we need to make sure and check that that particular account number is in the account table as well, right? That is one thing. The other point where this constraint needs to be checked is when we make changes to the account table as well. Because what happens if a particular student leaves the university? We want to update that this student cannot take that class anymore, right? If that WSU ID from the student database goes, then the student cannot be enrolled in another class. So whenever we make changes to the account table in this scenario or the depositor table in this scenario, we would need to check that particular constraint. However, remember when we made the account table, we did not say that, okay, you know what, somebody else is also accessing you, right? We don't know when we are creating a table, we don't know what other table will actually reference us, right? When we create the account table, do we know that depositor might also access us? Maybe the bank did not give a loan at all in the initial stages. We just had accounts. We created a table of accounts and all of those are there. But then suddenly, let's say the bank started giving out loans. And now that makes sense that the loan table would actually refer to my account table, but my account table is already created. I can't look into the future and say that, okay, these tables will access me later down in the future. So when we update the account table, your database also needs to look at all possible tables that are referencing this account table and make those changes accordingly, whatever those changes might be. I hope that makes sense. We will talk about this a bit more in the next class. So I guess that's that. Yes, I guess that's that for today. Let me just stop recording.